The voice of the I Am is the mouthpiece through which the Ascended Master's instruction can reach the students quickly. That the most powerful work possible for America and the world may be done by the students to release the greatest light in the shortest time. It will also contain information as to where the accredited messengers Mr. and Mrs. G. W. Ballard and son Donald are teaching the Ascended Master's instruction on the I Am. Information. The information given under the heading of Young America will be the Ascended Master's help to the young people for their protection and illumination, as they are the builders of the new civilizations and are the channels through which the Ascended Masters will give their light for the use of the outer world in the golden I Am age. This magazine is not an outlet for articles from students, but is the outpouring of help from the Ascended Masters and has no human concepts in it. Thou unfed flame, O unfed flame of life, the heart quivering, coursing through every part. Flow on, expand, blaze from the sun, thou pure, all radiant shining one, thy victory of love's great day. Illumine earth, show men thy way. O unfed flame, O source of all, great God supreme to whom we call, in chariots of thy living fire, thy legions come, man to inspire. Take up our call like clarion bell, thy truth to every ear now tell. O unfed flame, whom altar bright burns with a pure quenchless light, pour forth to earth thy great love ray, and in thy mercy let it stay, to blame each one, man, earth, and sea, clothed with thyself, at last all free. O unfed flame, life's temple true, we draw our every breath from you, and so do suns and stars in space. All gaze on thee now, face to face. So too do we by thy great might. Call forth thy flame, reach thy great heights, O unfed flame. To thee all yield, and thy great quenchless light doth shield thy children all, whom journey far, for dwell thou dost in every star. Thy light in all is love's own grace, and love can enter every place. O unfed flame, God of the sky, thou quenchless light, all-seeing eye, all pulsing life, great cosmic fire, circling, raising ever higher. Into thy heart at will we come, God's own eternal temple home. O unfed flame, all source of love, through angel host around, above, drench earth with thy pure quenchless light, raise all upon their pinions bright, thou great eternal unfed flame. At last, thy holy self I am. Janera. Affirmation. I thank you for reminding me to see my presence face to face, to be its glory and its grace, to feel its love and presence bright. Pour forth its power and its light, to hold its hand and feel its might, and raise all to its blazing height.
Saint Germain's discourse on the Hawaiian Saint Germain's discourse on the Hawaiian Islands. Royal Hawaiian Hotel, Honolulu, TH, August 2, 1936. He messenger's great desire to have me give something authentic as to the cause of these islands and their present condition causes me to make this humble labor effort while the messengers are in the environment. Before the sinking of the continent of Mu, there was one long mountain range traversing the greater part of the continent from northwest to southeast. There was an intersecting range coming at right angles, forming almost a T. These were the two highest ranges on the continent. 200,000 years ago, at the Great Cataclysm, these mountain ranges were raised to their greatest height. The range going nearly east and west was on a powerful double gas belt. This was largely responsible for the sinking of Mu. 3. After it sank, most of the higher peaks of both mountain ranges remained above the surface of the water 10 to 15,000 feet, for they were ranges having many peaks 18 to 20,000 feet in height. It was during the cataclysm of more than 12,000 years ago that the great interior locked-up gas was released with such terrific force that it blew off the entire tops of the mountains, which later formed these islands as they are at present. Until 2,000 years ago, all of these islands were active volcanoes. But after the great cosmic power of divine love, released during the ministry and at the ascension of Jesus, became active, most of them subsided and became dormant. We brought the messengers here at this time and are endeavoring to release a sufficient power of divine love in order to change the course and currents of these gas belts, so that, as the continent of Mu again rises from its long sleep, these volcanoes will become forever inactive. This would do so much to change the current of cataclysmic activity in other parts of the world. It might yet be necessary for the messengers to go to the island of Suva, to draw the pillar of light there to complete the rendering of this service. We are so grateful for the earnest, tremendous service being given by the students of the Mighty I Am Presence throughout America. How great, how mighty will the beloved students of the I Am one day find is the service being rendered by the messengers. How tremendously real and tangible are these mighty pillars of light and currents of energy, which are being drawn to render this service for mankind and the earth. As this work expands and the tremendous intensification of the outpouring from the ascended masters, the Legion of Light, the mighty angels, dispensers of those mighty currents of energy, goes forth, will the beloved students of the I Am begin to see the greater and greater manifestation of that mighty presence in all activities of mankind. It may not be noticeable to speak of as yet, but I tell you, a mighty change is coming in the hearts and feelings of great masses of mankind. Will you, beloved, It may not be noticeable to speak of as yet, but I tell you, a mighty change is coming in the hearts and feelings of great masses of mankind.
To many, the great inner feeling is unexplainable, but to the I Am students, it's becoming more vividly clear each day.
Will you, beloved ones, rejoice with me and the great host of ascended masters in the mighty call of the I Am students, which is making possible this service to be rendered mankind? May I state again with greater firmness the imperative need of the conscious calling of the mighty I Am presence into action, for it gives the ascended host, the great legion of light, and the mighty angels the right, the authority to render this service. Because whatever call is made to the mighty I Am presence must be answered with imperative authority. The great difference between the old idea of prayer and this mighty conscious call to the mighty I Am presence, God individualized, is this. The call to the mighty I Am presence is intensified 1,000-fold or more by the power of qualification through nearly 200,000 students who are earnestly making this call today. Words cannot describe the difference in the power acting in this conscious call to the presence. Knowing it has the power of the universe at its command, and that which acts through our former idea of prayer, thinking of God principally as an omnipresence. This conscious application of the mighty I Am presence makes every call a sure, certain answer, while in most prayer it is a hoped-for activity. I use this comparison to endeavor to more vividly show the students the imperative need of their sincere call to the presence and the issuing of their mighty decrees. May each one feel this great, this mighty reality as they read these words. Even as I am dictating these words, this mighty radiation goes out touching the consciousness of the students everywhere in America, quickening their feeling of joy and their great privilege to assist in this great work. The Earth's
They have before them greater and greater evidence of the glory which their call to the presence brings forth into action.
The Earth's atmosphere is being rapidly cleared of the discarnate entities who never could have freed themselves without the conscious assistance of the students and the mighty I Am presence. Surely, daily, hourly, more and more of the students of the mighty I Am presence are feeling their great, humble privilege to serve mankind. For in this service to mankind, the individual finds himself free. May each one feel with great intensity this freedom with the speed of thought. Is it not wonderful? Okay, beloved students, to have come to a point in your advancement or in the expansion of your own light, when you positively know there is no resistance, obstruction, or interference any longer in your world, because your mighty I Am presence is the only one in action there? Feel this, oh so deeply, and be free. In freedom to all. Saint Germain. Affirmation. I am the perfect management of the ascended masters, controlling my being and world forever, self-sustained in full victory. Mighty I Am presence. Charge my outer mind with the full ascended master use and perfection of your inner faculties in all my activity today. Mighty I Am presence. Take my body into your arms tonight and put it to sleep at once in thy great healing flame of divine love. Mighty I Am presence. Take possession of my body while it sleeps tonight and charge your perfection through it with such intensity and power that it is healed completely when I return to it in the morning. Mighty I Am presence. Charge my entire being and world every second this day with ascended master miracles and victories. Saint Germain's Afternoon Discourse. Precious children of the light, you have gathered here in the radiance of these great ones, who are so earnestly ministering to mankind, having drawn you beloved students together to become blazing suns of light, to pour forth their mighty radiance of the I Am presence everywhere you go, that others too may come to know of this great presence beating each human heart. The time has arrived when all mankind must know this presence. There is no other way of freedom. There is no other sustaining power. The glory of the light of the world beats your hearts. The fullness of life beats your hearts. The eternal unfed flame is now released into the activity of the earth for the first time since the civilization referred to in the buried city of the Amazon. This should prove to mankind, if individuals think deeply upon life, that a time of great advancement is again at hand, when all human discord, all human creation which has bound disembodied entities to the earth, has found its release. This is the greatest service ever rendered mankind, and as you go forward in your sincere efforts for freedom and victory, so shall you find greater ease, greater happiness, and greater speed in your earnest, sincere effort for attainment. Today, we bring you eternal joy in knowing that within you and your consciousness during this class, there have been anchored certain qualities of the Ascended Masters, which will enable you to attain victories otherwise impossible. You, through your love, may extend that blessing to all other CIM students throughout America and the world, an unusual service, I assure you. You, my precious ones, have now arrived at a point where your service begins to take on a powerful activity, not with anxiety, but feel your responsibility as you are entering into it. Guard your feeling and speech, for in that is the great open doorway to your victory. At your door,
If you will govern your feeling harmoniously and maintain it, let no unkind word pass your lips, then quickly shall you enter into the mighty freedom provided at your door now.
at your door now. These are not idle words. I am speaking to you, but words of light and truth. If you grasp this explanation, apply it, feel the truth of which I speak to you, then the greater part of your victory is won. As this great, this mighty love has come forth from you precious ones in the class during these 10 days, so has it become a mighty fragrance as of a most delicate flower, which has made those great ones who have been ministering rejoice tremendously. That radiance, that fragrance has been used, amplified, and will be returned to act in your world almost without limit. Notice I say, almost without limit. Feel and see how great is your privilege, your ability through your I am to render a service eternally. Do not feel overwhelmed when I say, see your responsibility. Feel in your requirements a very great joy because your I am presence will do the work. Your simple activity is to harmonize your feelings and make the request, sometimes a dynamic call to the presence, for a given purpose, and it shall be fulfilled. I want this class to spread the word everywhere you go, that henceforth the governing of inharmony within your bodies will become tremendously easier. Rejoice! To think the time has come when you can, by calling your presence into action, govern much more quickly, much more powerfully, and with much greater ease, all human sense of qualification which registers as pain and disease in the body. I rejoice with you tremendously that this time has arrived. I want you, who have been under this radiation, to feel, you will notice it is the first time this has been given, that in any emergency, after having 10. Is it not worth
I want you who have been under this radiation to feel. You will notice it is the first time this has been given, that in any emergency, after having called your mighty I am presence into action to produce the results, you may call upon any or all of the ascended masters to give assistance.
Is it not worth spending 10 days to receive that? The exaltation of the activity of your inner light during these 10 days is beyond your fondest expectation, I assure you. Will you not accept its fullness, its active presence and power henceforth in your life, your body, your world of activity? If you will but do so, things will come into divine order with a speed that will surprise you. Today, we of the ascended state offer this service to the earnest students of the light, and having gone through possibly a greater struggle than you in our attainment, we know your every requirement. Now, the great cosmic law and the law of your being is allowing greater and greater assistance to be given. How fortunate you
See how fortunate you blessed ones are.
How fortunate you are to be living at a time when you do not need to make the fight and struggle which we made in the Middle Ages. I consider it a time of supreme rejoicing for all mankind. In spite of the almost terrifying outer experiences, yet having been in Europe yesterday, I assure you that things are not as bad as they seem. Through the service rendered, of which you have been informed, the fangs of the serpent have been withdrawn. There has been withdrawn from the feeling of mankind the quality and suggestion which can be intensified through anger, hatred, or any discordant activity, which in the past has made it possible for the sinister force of the black magicians to reach mankind by the thousands. Today, rejoice with me in the service it has been possible to render mankind, in step by step making everything easier, everything better for individuals to win their victories now. Believe it when I tell you that it is possible for hundreds of the I Am students in America to make their ascension in this embodiment. Do not limit yourselves, I plead with you.
Your presence is all-powerful, and if you give it full power of action through your feeling, is there anything it could not do for you?
Look upon your charts, dear hearts, every night before you sleep, and feel the fullness of its power filling your being to the full victory and achievement of your ascension. I bless the students and beloved ones who received the idea that you decree in great groups for great numbers to make the ascension at once. Why not? Oh, do you not see? The presence that beats your heart is never limited. If you conceive an idea and stand 100%, 1,000% with it, then you give the presence full power to perform that service for you. It is always ready to do it. These simple words I am speaking to you do carry tremendous power into your consciousness and conscious activity. Will you not accept this powerful activity to give you every assistance, so much more than you can yet comprehend, that it may act unto the fullness of your perfection? How great is my love for you, blessed ones in this class, who have poured forth so great a love to our beloved messengers, and really to each other. I see in your hearts that firm determination to pour love to each other with a power heretofore unknown. Oh, it is not only beautiful, but powerful in its activity for your freedom. I wish to thank the beloved staff for their blessed service in this class, all those who have assisted them, and the blessed ones who have supplied the music. I hold them all in my wondrous embrace of light, these blessed ones who have come with the messengers and poured forth so great a love to you. They too I hold within my embrace. This blessed one here, your little dynamite, I have always held her in my embrace of light, many times in my tangible form, in my tangible embrace of light. I want you all to know of her tremendous application, her powerful stand for the light. I want her to know it, and to publicly express it, that another one has been found for whom time and space has been set aside. Her service has been tremendous, and I want you all to rejoice with me in that great victory. It is a peculiar law of life, but it may not be interfered with, that we may not speak of, oftentimes even refer to a thing, until its accomplishment. Today, I would like to say something else. You might think me a whimsical old chap, or you might think I am endeavoring to prophesy. But there are a goodly number, if they keep up their present wonderful work, who will find time and space set aside for them before the end of another year. Will you also keep decreeing, which is very wonderful, that time and space be set aside for all for whom it is possible? Do you notice how sort of chummy we are today?
It is wonderful, just like a great family whose loving harmony fills the radiance in the room with its wonderful fragrance.
So today, in all the love of my heart, I leave with you my love. Eternally sustained. May it be so rare a fragrance enfolding you that you may consciously inhale it always. In time of need, will you consciously be aware of that fragrance enfolding you for your assistance? O beloved ones, call with all your hearts in great earnestness, with all your minds, with all your beings to your mighty I Am presence to take command of each mind and body. Harmonize it.
Produce its perfection through it.
Harmonize it and hold its dominion there, that you may hold yourselves so harmonized that not a single moment will be lost in the onward march of that great expansion of your light unto the fullness of your perfection and ascension. The government, the new government, will require your service ere long. Ascend and be ready to return and render that service. Ere long, you will have an adoration that will rejoice you tremendously. Until then, feel it coming. You know it is not possible to preach to you. It is just talking to you from the heart, and it is so wonderful. In the fullness of your mighty I Am presence. In the fullness of the power of the ascended masters, the legion of light and the mighty angelic host, we now call forth the full release of that power into your service to enable you to remain harmonious, to enable you to feel the greater reality, fullness and activity of your presence, and to give you such a strength, conscious ability and power to qualify that you will not let a single feeling, thought, or word go forth that you do not qualify with the perfection of your presence, now and instantly manifest, both for yourself and others. So today, we leave with you that blessing in the fullness of its active presence, and I hold each one of you in my mighty embrace of light for the joy, the love, the conscious acceptance which you have brought into action in this class. May it ever grow greater, and may every class in the future grow greater in the fullness, acceptance, and conscious ability to apply these great laws quickly to your freedom. Remember, the messengers have told you the two applications. If the gentler application is not producing results, then get dynamic, always with the most kindly feeling, but the most positive, and your results cannot fail to appear. With all my love, I bless you, precious ones, unto your full ascension. Saint Germain. Affirmation. Mighty I Am presence. Great host of ascended masters, mighty legion of light, and great angelic host. Come forth in your limitless, overwhelming presence. Take possession of every person and everything in America. Charge forth your irresistible, dazzling light in the coming election. See that only individuals who serve the light are elected and placed in all government offices and positions. See that only servers of the light remain in them in the future. umpt of the full. See that only Afternoon Invocation, San Francisco, Calif., August 28, 1936. Given by Mr. G. W. Ballard. Umpt of the fullness and pure light from thy great heart, O mighty I Am Presence, out of the great eternal flame, sent forth from the great central sun. We call thy full power into action today, to sweep through the mental and feeling world of mankind. Sweep out all irritation, all destructive thought and feeling from the face of the earth forever. We call that mighty activity to be sustained by thee, O mighty I Am Presence, and thy great unfed light. Great unfed light. For the first time in 400,000 years, we call thy active presence to act among mankind and the world today. Sweep thy mighty activity through the mental and feeling world to clear, purify, and silence forever every human destructive thought and feeling. No longer shall the light brook any interference from that which breathes of war in America. So shall mind and body, if necessary, be shattered to stop all communistic elements and their activities. This day shall there sweep forth through the mental and feeling world of mankind the mighty activity of the unfed flame to silence every communistic activity, every person, place, condition, and thing of that kind throughout America and the world. This decree shall go forth. It need not be repeated, for its almighty power shall act forever. No longer shall such vicious, degrading things act in the mental and feeling world of mankind. The cosmic light has been sent forth today. So shall it act until everything of that kind shall be silenced in America and the world forever. The day has come when no quarter shall be given to any destructive activity again. I speak in the power and in the voice of the great cosmic law, before which no destructive activity can stand. The great cosmic light shall come forth, descend into earth, and as the mighty Arcturus has said, if necessary, that light, that mighty light as of 1,000 suns, shall descend into the earth, dissolve and consume forever all human selfishness and discord from the planet. I call that mighty light into action now to do its perfect work in America and the world. Let it go forth now and silence forever all destructive activity. Silence the human in every one who fosters war activity to sell munitions and firearms, the creator of all wars that have been. Today, we call this great, this mighty, unfed flame to sweep into the mind, the consciousness of everyone who thinks, feels, and tries to use destructive activity. Silence all such consciousness forever. Make it powerless to speak anything but praise of God, the source of all light and intelligence, the mighty I Am Presence. We thank thee, thou great, thou mighty presence, for thy decree issued here, for the glory of thy great, thy mighty light, which has gone forth today. So shall this act in the memory of the students of San Francisco, in the memory of hundreds who are visiting here from other parts. It shall carry within their hearts forever the activity of that mighty decree. Know within the feeling that it is fulfilled. Today we offer our deepest praise and gratitude for that blessing rendered mankind. It will forever act until the fullness of its accomplishment is attained and sustained, unto the perfection of the incoming mighty golden age, which brings in its turn only love, harmony, the greatest achievement of perfection, and light. May every heart in the world turn this instant through the feeling unto God, even though they don't know the mighty I Am Presence. They shall turn to God once again and hold their attention there until the day they know the mighty I Am Presence. I say to that vicious force, the sinister thing that has endeavored to destroy the earth, You have no power. All power is taken from you this hour, and you dissolve into helplessness forever. You have frightened mankind for the last time. You have interfered with mankind for the last time. This hour, this day, shall your power to influence mankind cease upon the face of the earth forever. Mighty I Am Presence. Seize, bind those two black magicians in Europe this hour. Take them, hold them bound, that their influence touch Europe or the world no more. As that other black magician was taken and bound in San Diego, so shall these two be bound, and their influence removed from the earth forever. Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, and mighty legion of light. We call thy legion of angels to seize and bind these two dark forces forever. Seize, bind them and take them from the earth forever. Seize their emissaries. Seize all who do not serve the light. Bind them and take them away from humanity, the earth and its atmosphere. You wretched creatures who have sought to interfere with the light and its expansion, the light of the mighty I Am Presence, your day is done today. No longer do you have power to act. No longer, O humanity, are you subject to that sinister thing. No longer, O humanity, art thou bound by the chains of the sinister world. No longer are thy feet tripped up. No longer shall thou be detained from the glory of thy wondrous achievement, the ascension into thy eternal being. This day, O humanity, this day, as the great cosmic law has seen fit to come to thy assistance, so shalt thou find it much easier to come into harmonious, sustained ease. There shalt thou find the great outpouring from thy presence, to give and sustain perfect health in mind and body. Oh, that mankind and the students might see this day the release from distress, which will take place within 24 hours. Many who have been helpless, so to speak, in body action will suddenly find the perfect use of their bodies. Ears that have been stopped will hear. Eyes that have not seen will see. We give praise and thanks and rejoice for the whole of humanity's release and freedom eternally sustained. While this mighty unfed light is doing its perfect work, we call it into action and qualify it to produce divine justice to every one of mankind. Through it, let perfect divine order be restored in the earth, and we command love and kindness to fill every human heart. We demand divine judgment descend upon all who try to bring injustice upon their brothers or sisters. Today, O mighty unfed light, see that this is recorded in the feeling of every one of mankind. Let the heart govern and no longer allow injustice to be done anywhere. Silence forever all criticism, condemnation, and hatred throughout the mental and feeling world of mankind. Hold that human activity silenced eternally. Cleave their tongues to their mouths until they can no longer use those discordant activities, then give them dominion and obedience through their mighty I Am Presence, that the fullness of its power may flow like a mighty river and restore harmony in the feeling and heart of all mankind. Blessed Saint Germain, and those great ones who are watching this activity, today we thank thee in all humbleness for so humbly being a fragmentary part of thy great activity. May every student throughout America feel this today. By their power of qualification and acceptance of the mighty I Am Presence, may they add the activity of their mighty I Am Presence to this great freedom which is sent forth into action today. We thank thee that it be done with the speed of thought, and with the consciousness that the light of God never fails. May this mighty decree charge the atmosphere of Earth as Saint Germain charged the room in Washington, D.C., in which the communistic element met, who were seized and taken into custody. No discordant word could ever be spoken again in that room. Today, O mighty unfed flame, charge the truth so that no longer can discordant words be spoken in the atmosphere of Earth. We thank thee, it is done. We thank thee, O mighty ones. Long have I hoped for this day. Since my return from those experiences, long have I wished, long has my heart called for this freedom for mankind, having seen that it must come. May we continue in our humble efforts more powerfully each day and call forth that great power to be released before which no human thing survives, no human discord, no human element. We thank thee and bow before that great supreme power in its majestic activity. We thank thee. Saint Germain speaking. In the music, song, and mighty activity that is pouring forth here today is a service rendered the earth beyond all description. The last of the powerful black magicians have been seized, bound, and taken from the activity of the earth forever. So there shall now come forth a great flood of light, which will enable mankind throughout the earth to awaken. There will be released those long pent-up ideals. The young people who have been tried by fire to be tempted to turn away from those ideals will again call them forth. They shall stand firm to the light of God that never fails. Oh, that all mankind might this hour know of the service rendered here. In that which I am about to say, please do not let anyone ever ask me questions concerning it. With the seizing and binding of those two powerful black magicians, the animal forms of Earth will withdraw. I cannot tell you whether it will be a short period or over a period of years, but this day starts the withdrawing of the animal forms from the Earth. While it may hurt some, the mighty truth is that animal forms were created in the beginning by these powerful black magicians. It has only been the love of mankind that has tempered the animal nature and made the domestic animal, for it is the fierceness in the feelings of mankind that enables viciousness to still act within some animals. May these words record in your memory with the conviction of their mighty truth. Saint Germain's Evening Discourse. San Francisco, August 30, 6. Mr. Ballard, speaking. As Saint Germain flashes his words to you before me in letters of living light, I shall repeat them to you. I keep my eyes closed, that I may hold a more powerful concentration on the words as they come so rapidly. So far, I have always been able to convey them clearly and definitely. And if he speaks words concerning yourselves, will you kindly keep yourselves as receptive as possible, that he may record that assistance in your consciousness, at least the radiation, and do for you the greatest possible service. Saint Germain, beloved students of the light, we charge the mighty essence of the electronic power of the atmosphere into your minds and bodies, anchoring it there to perform its perfect service for you. You are no longer children of the earth, but divine beings. In the acceptance and recognition of your mighty I Am presence, you enter into the divine activity of that presence, through which 23. Limitations of every description, one by one, recede and disappear from your world. In the use of your violet-consuming flame, you are clearing and setting your world free, allowing the presence to bring it into divine order. Therefore, will you continue with dynamic application if necessary to bring forth and release a greater and greater intensification of that mighty energy from your presence until every vestige of human limitations have dissolved and disappeared? In the mighty radiance which has been drawn to you in this class are anchored these mighty words, and they will remain permanently active in and for you. Kindly accept that and feel the full import of what it means to you. My humble efforts to bring about a greater expansion of your light, greater consciousness upon your heart, through your ability and call to release the glory of your presence into action, have not been in vain, and I rejoice with you in the mighty victories you are gaining daily, hourly. Will you not, in your application, continue to call to your presence with determination? Sometimes, when you feel you are not having results, remember the human may not judge. But only as you, with determination, refuse to give power to human appearance, will you find your application coming dynamically into action and producing rapid results. I urge you with all earnestness to turn wholly to your mighty I Am Presence 5-9, accepting no distracting thing if you wish quick and speedy freedom. Do not ever feel that there is anything greater in this world to perform a service for you than your own mighty I Am. Presence. It is the power of the universe at your command, at your request. So feel this with great intensity when you make your call. Qualify that mighty energy of the presence with instantaneous activity. Then you will get the results which will give you all the courage and strength you need, going on and on into your full glory and application, bringing to you now and forever sustained that freedom which every heart craves. In your presence is the only place you can find happiness. In your presence is the only power that can produce perfection. In your presence is the light which illumines the way and brings to you your great, your mighty freedom. In your application and asking for the ascension, remember it is your mighty I Am Presence who does the work. You, in your human feeling, thought, and speech, make the application, knowing that the presence is the power of the universe raising you, dissolving the denser part of the atomic structure of your flesh form and raising the finer part into the higher mental body. Then into the electronic presence of the I Am, when you become the ascended being, wholly free from all limitations of every kind. Because mankind has made mistakes is no reason they need remain in them. Call on the law of forgiveness for every mistake that has been made, then forget it. In the joy and recognition of that presence, feel its mighty power flowing into action in your world and being to glorify you in all you do with its mighty perfection. Strengthening, encouraging, supplying, enlightening, and wrapping about each one the glory of its mantle of light, forever sustained and active in its mighty energy, ever present. With you, enfolding you and your world forever in its mighty protection. Tonight, from that great octave of light, I clothe you in the radiance of the ascended masters, that you may pour forth the fragrance of the rose, the fragrance of the lily, that all may feel the rarefied, purified radiance of your being, no longer touched by human discord. Filled with that mighty presence, that mighty power which is the perfecting activity. Answering the call which you have made for your perfection, J, and then lifting you into the full power of your ascension, free forever from the binding chains of earth. Oh, what a privilege! What a joy! What an answer to the call of all life! Do you realize, O precious ones, that all life expressing discord is imprisoned life? Think, then, how that great stream and energy of life seeks to free itself from the binding chains which the discord of mankind has imposed upon it. Think how that one day, when the human discord gets too great, life releases itself and says, "No longer shall the human bind me." Just as gold gathered into great quantities, held within a given space, will one day release itself, so shall the light within human beings, within human forms, one day, if the discord grows too great, release itself. You see the constant manifestation of it, and throughout the centuries, when human forms have become too discordant, the light within has released itself and set itself free from the human form. Today, you have the right, the privilege, the understanding, the scepter of power before you to call that mighty perfection into action to glorify you, your world, and activity with such harmony that the life says, "Now, O my beloved, since you wish to allow me to expand, since you allow me my freedom, then shall I give to you the freedom which belongs to me." And that is how, when you give back to the mighty I Am presence, 5, the life which has been loaned to you, then the presence says, "O beloved, then shall we two become one. You shall raise into my great embrace of light, and there shall we two be one in the activity of the cosmic light, feuding the earth with its mighty purifying, glorifying, releasing, and supplying activity that gives to mankind eternal freedom from the self-created bondage of earth. Tonight, we call forth that full and mighty release for you. Accept the mighty divine director's suggestion that it is possible to set aside time and space for many of the I Am students within the next year. Who knows which one of you shall be chosen? Many, for many, it is possible. We want you to know that from the great octave of light, everything possible is being done for your happiness, comfort, and freedom.
The glory of the healing activities which have taken place in this class and even far distant from it shall be witnessed of the possibilities that stand before you, everyone.
I call the full power and blessing of the great host of ascended masters, the mighty legion of light and great angelic host, to hold you close forever in the mighty embrace of light, until you set yourselves free forever from limitations of earth. Kindly accept this mighty assistance, its active presence and power to fulfill this decree offered for you. My love enfolds you forever unto your full freedom and ascension. I thank you. Saint Germain Blessing for Music. Through the infinite power of your mighty I Am presence, I bless you, O beloved ones of the light, for each earnest effort you have made in preparation, aiding the music to bless and assist this class in San Francisco. We shall charge your beings tonight with such qualities of voice, with such qualities and activity from your I Am presence, that it will bring you blessings throughout the years. To make each one, in the silence of his heart, open the door of his heart, as it were, and accept the fullness of those qualities, which may not be voiced, but to act within your being unto your perfection and ascension. Then consciously close that door and hold this great gift and blessing within the secret chamber of your heart, that it may forever act there and bless each one. Blessing to audience. We bless the beloved visitors from all directions. We bless those beloved ones from Los Angeles. We bless the San Francisco students with the voice of the I Am and its perfect expression in speech and song. Will you be kind enough to accept this and allow it to manifest to your boundless joy? Henceforth, this will go with you through the years, even unto your ascension. We have said that one day when the time was ripe, we would do certain things for the students, and this is the beginning. May each one feel the great reality of the words which I speak to act within him, his consciousness, mind, and body without any limit. Do you know, O beloved ones, that it is only human suggestion that causes tension within the human form, in muscles or nerves? Therefore, this service rendered tonight will be to enable you to relax and allow your vocal organs to be used by your mighty I Am presence in speech and song, for you will be conscious of the change in quality yourself. You will find that the words I have spoken to you are not in vain. May you feel their full power as quickly as possible, thereby hastening the activity of your I Am presence to produce perfection for you, in and through you, that you can, physically speaking, become a blazing sun of light. Your heart is already a part of the sun, from the great central sun, the source of all light and intelligence.
Therefore, in accepting your presence, which is the individualized activity of the great central sun, you too, through logical, practical activity, can become a blazing sun now.
May you be enabled to accept the fullness of this activity within your minds and bodies. I call forth a blessing for Mr. and Mrs. Reegers, upon those who are assisting in the work, the helpers in every avenue, that they too may feel an activity within them, a blessing heretofore unknown, that they be consciously active, consciously conscious of that change within themselves, first within the heart, then within the entire body. I am calling your attention to this tonight, that you, by your attention upon it, may open the door to the fullness of your acceptance. Without your attention upon it, only a partial activity can be attained in any part. Therefore, tonight the work is done. Your attention can do the rest. Today, a joy fills this place with indescribable activity. May you feel it and carry it with you, enfolding you forever in its strength and courage, in its fulfillment unto your perfection. I thank you, beloved ones. Saint Germain's Breakfast Talk. In the name of the mighty I Am presence, let us extend to our beloved Saint Germain, who has been here as our honored guest this morning, the invitation to be with us in his visible, tangible, living, breathing body the next time we come together, and may that be very soon. Saint Germain, O my beloved children of the past and present, Alent, I accept that invitation. Stand by patiently, and one day you shall see that my words never fail. You shall see me in the tangible, visible body, and may it be possible for you, beloved ones, to one day fill a great place and receive a precipitated banquet, to the glory of the presence, to the glory of your dominion and perfection. I too join the messengers. O beloved ones of the light, with my love enfolding you in a mantle of light, that you may feel its radiance, its courage, strength, and power, to assist you in your onward journey, glorified in the joyous consciousness of your victory forever sustained. I thank you in behalf of the great host of ascended masters who are pouring forth their radiation. I sat at the honored place at your table today, with joy filling my heart, knowing the great love that is being poured out by the I Am students throughout America and the world. How great is that accomplishment for individuals and nations you shall one day know. I want to assure you this morning that after 200 or more years, in fact over 400 years, those assisting and myself are seeing the fruits of our humble, earnest efforts over so long a time. Now in a few years will be accomplished, more than has been accomplished in 400 years, and I say this for your encouragement and strength. Stand dauntless in your mighty I Am presence. Accept no interference or limitations. And the great ascended host, the legion of light and mighty angels, will give you assistance. Many times you will find wonderful seeming miracles, yet all is a perfectly natural activity and process. The love of the ascended host, the legion of light, the angelic host, and myself enfold you always, every I Am student throughout the world, and those who shall yet enter our ranks in great numbers. So I thank you and bless you, O beloved ones. Mrs. Ballard. It has been Saint Germain's desire, throughout a great many centuries, to someday bring forth a nation of masters. As that has been the great desire deep within his heart. So we as one, and you, I feel as one with us, stand ready now to do everything in our power to help bring the fulfillment to him of that which has been his heart's longing for so many centuries. I promise you, beloved Saint Germain, as you have brought this instruction and freedom to us, so shall we decree that America shall be the nation of masters that you have so long desired to bring forth. We stand with all we are and have at your command and call our mighty I Am presence into action to give us the strength to bring into manifestation for the rest of mankind the fulfillment of the desire of your heart. That is the least we can do for what you have done for us. With the everlasting love of the quenchless flame, we stand forever ready at your call and await your orders. Students of the I Am call, either in their own individual activity or in the group meetings, for greater and greater power of a spiritual nature to be eased through them for the blessing of all, they should never fail to call forth the limitless ascended master strength to hold them steady in the use of that power. Increased spiritual power means increased energy to be used, and once it is called forth, it must be controlled and directed by someone or something. Being energy, it must be controlled and directed. All power should always be used to expand light, love, and the perfection of the ascended masters. So the student must always be on guard that at no time does the feeling of being able to operate the law better than someone else ever locate in the personal self. Nor allow the feeling to arise that the personality has done something of importance. All such feelings are subtle qualities of the human consciousness that build very easily in every individual unless he recognizes that they are subtle activities of the outer to hold the power and take the credit for the blessing and activity of God's great laws. Instead, he should pass all praise, glory, and credit for success up to the mighty I Am presence and the ascended masters. All good that is done is always the presence and ascended ones doing it, and all that is not good is the human creation. So there is no reason in the world for the human to ever take credit for anything but the mistakes that have caused discord in the past or present. All desire to hold the credit for anything in the personal self is but a subtle activity of the outer or human mind and feeling to try to hold its dominion a while longer. If students understand this, they can easily guard themselves against playing into the hands of those human suggestions that would prevent their reaching quickly the victory and freedom of their ascension. 1 a.m. Reading Rooms of the Saint Germain Teaching. Los Angeles, California, 7th and Olive Streets, Transamerica Building, Room 926. Beloved young America! We call upon IU to help us give a service to all mankind that has never been given before on earth in any age. If you will join us? In sending forth the following decrees for these specific blessings to mankind, you must of necessity be the greatest beneficiaries of the blessings we are calling forth to free all. If you will give these decrees at least once every day for this great freedom to all, we shall bless you eternally for that service, and you yourself, through it, will be free also. Decree 1. Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, mighty legion of light, great angelic host, and mighty lords of the flame from Venus. Come forth in thy cosmic authority, power, and activity of the quenchless flame of divine love. Seize, bind, and annihilate all fear entities within and around every human being, the earth, and its atmosphere. Blast their cause and effect from existence this instant. Replace them by thy eternal light, love, and perfection. And, taking full possession of all outer activity, see that thou art the only acting presence forever sustained. Decree 2. Mighty I Am Presence, great host of Ass. Ascended Masters, mighty lords of the flame from Venus, and thou 7 great Elohim. Come forth in thy full authority, power, and activity of the great cosmic law. Set free the life within all animal forms on and within this earth and its atmosphere. Release it from all discordant, limiting qualities, and through the great cosmic action of the quenchless flame of divine love, place it in beautiful, harmonious, perfect forms forever sustained. And make it impossible for discord to ever again clothe that life essence. Release it into the service of love, by love, for love, and through love forever sustained. Decree 3. Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, mighty legion of light, great angelic host, and lords of the flame from Venus. In thy full authority.
Power and activity of the great cosmic law and the unfed flame, send forth legions of angels of blue lightning of divine love to fill, surround, and forever stand guard over all reading rooms of the mighty I Am presence under this radiation.
Seize, bind, remove, and hold inactive all entities, carnate and discarnate, that attempt to enter or that are within or around those who come into these places for help. Blaze forth such light, love, invincible protection and perfection of thyself, that only instantaneous ascended master miracles and victories can be experienced by all, and keep these forever sustained. Make these reading rooms such blazing suns of ascended master consciousness, obedience, self-control, victory, freedom, and perfection, that they enable all who contact them to gain their ascension now and expand that same activity to all mankind and the earth itself forever. Decree 4. Mighty I Am Presence. Great host of ascended masters. Mighty legion of light, great angelic host, lords of the flame from Venus and great cosmic beings, come forth in thy full authority, power, and activity of the great cosmic law and the great quenchless flame of divine love. Release whatever is required to give every individual on earth his ascension as soon as possible. Let all sincere I Am students who are calling with determination for their ascension make that ascension now together, that we may return quickly to help the rest of mankind make theirs also. We qualify this decree with the Divine Director's instantaneous activity. We thank thee, thou hast heard us, and the victory is accomplished this instant. Decree 5. Mighty I Am Presence, great host of ascended masters, mighty legion of light, great angelic host, lords of the flame from Venus, and great cosmic beings. Come forth in thy infinite authority, power, and instantaneous activity of the great cosmic law. Precipitate. Perfect, imperishable buildings, temples of light of the mighty I Am Presence and ascended masters, into which the students under this radiation can come together and call forth the ascended master activity of the mighty I Am Presence for the freedom, perfection, and ascension of all mankind and the illumination of the earth. Charge forth through these temples such glory, perfection, and love from the Askai. Ascended masters and angelic host as the earth has never before known in any age. Through these temples, bring forth thy perfection in every person, place, condition, and thing on this planet, and keep it expanding the beauty, freedom, and glory of the mighty I Am Presence forever. Decree 6. Mighty I Am Presence and great host of ascended masters. Charge every piece of money and collateral that comes into my custody and use with Saint Germain's, the Divine Director's Jesus and Nada's ascended master consciousness and cosmic activity of the quenchless flame of divine love. Send it forth to awaken everyone who touches or uses it with this ascended master understanding and application of the mighty I Am Presence in the full acceptance of their eternal victory and the ascension. See that all means of exchange throughout the world is qualified with and creates ascended master purity. Balance, satisfaction, and perfection wherever it goes and releases light and love into the commercial world with the power of 1,000 suns to set mankind free forever. Qualify this entire decree with the instantaneous, eternal, ascended master activity of the great cosmic law. Affirmation. Mighty I Am Presence. Come forth in thy infinite ascended master power and charge every policeman, fireman, aviator, postal employee, school teacher, and government official in America with Saint Germain's and Jesus Ascended Master Consciousness, protection, and perfection forever self-sustained. Future appearances of the messengers. CIN, ATI, Ohio, Cincinnati Music Hall, October 19th to 25th, inclusive. Cleveland, Ohio, B of LE Auditorium, St. Clair at Ontario Street, November 9th to 1/5, inclusive. Detroit, Michigan, Scottish Rite Cathedral, Temple Ave at 2nd Boulevard, November 23rd to 29th, inclusive. Protection of our copyrights. We hereby notify all readers and individuals everywhere that everything in the books of the Saint Germain series, the Voice of the I Am, our public lectures, affirmations, and instructions given to group leaders is covered by our copyrights with all rights reserved, including foreign translations. This means we will not allow this instruction and information to be deleted, distorted, adulterated, or diluted for any purpose whatsoever, and we shall protect them fully. We are determined that this gift of light, truth, and freedom from the ascended masters to mankind shall be protected and kept pure, true, and unchanged forever, that mankind may receive its eternal freedom and the greatest possible blessing. We shall use our full power and our full right to maintain complete protection at all times. Saint Germain Press and Mr. and Mrs. G. W. Ballard. Special notice. Subscriptions to The Voice of the I Am Ark taken only for the full current year, beginning with the special number of February 1936 and ending with the February 1937 number. Notice as to when subscriptions will be received for the following year will be Unveiled Mysteries, Volume 1 by Godfrey Ray King, containing the first group of authors' experiences. Price $2.50. Postpaid $2.75. The Magic Presence, Volume 2 by Godfrey Ray King, C., containing the second group of authors' experiences. Price $2. The I Am Discourses, Volume 3, by the Ascended, Master Saint Germain, contains 33 discourses explaining the Ascended Master's application of the I Am, with 3 color plates. The 1 A.M. Adorations and Affirmations, Volume 4. So, the bafflement. A selection of POWEROFUL adorations and affirmation of the mighty I Am presence. Price $1. A picture of the Magic Presence. A color chart of the Magic Presence, beautifully lithographed, suitable for framing, meditation, and class instruction. Q0. LAR. A picture of the Magic Presence. LARG. Mailing. A picture of the Master, Jesus. A hand-colored etching by C. Harless Sindelar, to whom Jesus bade personally appeared. It is an exact likeness of him as Lai stood in consultation with Saint Germain and the tall Master from Venus at the retreat in the Royal Teton, New Year's Eve of 19J5, price $2. Postpaid. A new picture of the Ascended Master, Saint Germain. A hand-colored etching by C. Harless Sindelar. An exact likeness, as he has appeared on many occasions in the retreat. A companion piece to that of Jesus and meant for the student's meditation. Postpaid $2. List of Victrola records. RR 201 Invocations.